guys, my name is Callie, aka Callie's Jams, and I'm making a video that's a little bit different, and that is to the wonderful souls out there that are wanting to sell their photo cards, whether that is a baseball card, Pokemon card, K-pop card, you name it, girl, I got you. This is basically a tutorial video on how to make a mercari order, how to sell one, how to pack one, all that stuff, and as well as some little tidbits and tips from yours truly. Even though my mercari page isn't as popular, I have had a K-pop trading account in the past, so I know a thing or two about packing orders because I've had that account for about a year and a half. So yeah, if you want to buy from me, the link is in the description, but I'm here to help you, girl, so either way, I got you. Before I begin, the supplies that I'm mentioning in this video, you can easily find them anywhere, whether that is like a general store, an office supply store, Amazon, any other place that sells those kinds of office products. You can look there, it's really easy. And then secondly, I know that some people pack photo cards a little bit differently, but for me, I like to do top loader, sleeve, letter, etc. I'll walk you through it as I go, but to those of you that like to do a box, that's fine too. There's a bunch of videos on the internet for it. I'll probably link some off the descriptions with ones I really like, or ones that have like bulk orders, that kind of stuff. But for me, I'm just gonna show you how to do like a basic order. It's real simple. First things first, you're gonna need a binder full of photo cards, if you have a lot of them. If you have a few, then I guess a folder is fine, or maybe like a binder that you have with your other photo cards, that's fine. As long as you label them that you want to sell them, that's fine. But for me, since I have a lot, I have a cute little binder that I put in with different prices on them, and it just saves a lot of time for me because once I list them and I sell them, I know exactly what price I want to do it. This person wanted this Jungwon card from Enhypen. I pre-sleeve them already within the binder because it saves so much time. Plus, if you take it out without the sleeve, I feel like it's gonna bend and I get so scared when I take it out. So it's like, just a little tip for those of you that are starting off, you know? You're obviously gonna need your sleeves, and you need your top loader to put the card in, and then you need your washi tape. You can pick any type of size that you want as long as it covers it very well. This is kind of a thinner one, that's the smallest size I have. But yeah, I use this one, but you can use like a bigger one. As long as it's not like tape, okay? Tape will rip the card. Trust me on this, it will rip the card, or duct tape. Just get washi tape. Washi tape comes off real easily, but it's nice and stable once you pack it in. And then obviously, since I use letters, I use a thank you letter to let the person know like, hey, thank you so much for buying for me, etc., etc. I use an envelope to seal it. Here's where things can be up to your interpretation. If you want to do this in just the envelope and ship it out, that's totally fine, as long as you make sure that you stamp it and you ship it. Or if you have like a small little label sheet thing, that works too. You can just put the prepaid label on it. And I will show you a little shortcut on how to do like a stamped order on Mercari, because even though it will say enter tracking number, girl, trust me, if you write stamped in there, it's gonna work, okay? Speaking of prepaid shipping labels, this is also a choice that you would like to do. You can get some shipping label paper. Also, here's another big step. If you are doing prepaid labeling, you're gonna need a scale. You can buy one of these on Amazon for like 10 bucks. It's so cheap. I bought this one for about 10 to 15 bucks. I just put, whenever I finish up the letter, not the bubble mailer, the letter, I put the letter on here and then I do that. And as I said, I will show you as I go, but I just wanted to show the supplies first. And then I'll show the bubble mailer last, just to kind of like seal it and stuff like that. So yeah, I think without further ado, let's go pack the order. Let's go back to Jungwon here since I'm actually selling him and somebody bought it. So as I said, pre-sleeve the card. You're gonna take your top loader and open it, and you'll get your washi tape. You'll take the top of the card and you'll go like this. So yeah, just like that. And then if you want to leave it just like that, that's fine. But as an extra precaution for me, what I like to do is I like to take the top of the card and I will kind of fold it over a little bit and then just kind of seal it like that. So that way in case it falls out, it won't bend, break, get damaged, etc. And just as a final precaution, I like to seal the back of it just to be safe. You'll take the back of the card and just seal it just for good measure. You know, boom, all done, ready to go. Now, for your card, your thank you letter, or whatever card. You could literally use any card you want, by the way. It doesn't have to be a thank you card. It could just be a small little letter or a piece of paper even, just put in an envelope. As long as it folds out like a letter, it should be okay. Reviews are a big deal on your Mercari page. If you don't get a review on your page, people won't think you're legitimate. So just leave them a little reminder being like, hey, leave a review. And if not, that's technically okay because Mercari will remind the buyer to leave you a review. So either way, it's a win-win situation. So you'll take your card and then you'll put it right there. So yeah, as you can see, I taped the back and made sure to do that. And then I'm gonna close it up, put the envelope in. The tape, now regular tape to the letter. Now this is where you can ship it out directly if you want to do this stamped, which in that case you literally just write your name and your address, the buyer's name and address on the front. You stamp it depending on how far away they are. If they're international, I highly recommend you do 4 stamps. If it's a little bit out of state in your area, I would say about like 1 or 2, pretty much. And then with the prepaid labels, this is where I'll walk you through on how to do that because that one's a little bit more in depth. But as far as goes with stamp, real easy, real simple, but yeah. So for the people that I'm going to show you to do labels or your own prepaid labels, you can either do 2 things. Either one, Mercari itself will give you a prepaid label via email. So if you pick that option whenever you list an item, they'll email it to you personally, then you'll print the label and then so on and so forth. But for me, I like to do my own. I highly recommend pirateship.com. So then you're going to go to type of packaging. Always use the envelope option because this will be the cheapest option by the time you get the rate. Now for the inches and the width, this will be something that you will have to know. If you have like a tiny little ruler, like a desk ruler, you could do that. But if you have the measure app on your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you could do that, or you could just look up any other measuring thing on the app. But I think all iPhones have the measure app. I use that sometimes if I don't have my ruler near with me. And then, yeah, and then you're gonna go to the scale part, the weight. Then I would just type in my weight on the computer and then I press get rates. Once that's over with and done, you're gonna pick your service. A lot of people tend to use priority mail because it ships faster, but it's way more expensive. So for me, I like to do Ground Advantage. I also preface that in my bio saying like, hey, I use Ground Advantage because it's more affordable. But yeah, so once you have your label printed, you're gonna put the label on the front of the mailer or your envelope, whatever you want to do. For me, I'll use the mailer, for example. You flip to the back, you seal it, and just as an extra precaution, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but for me, I like to use a fragile sticker so that way when the delivery person drops it off, they'll be like, oh, this is fragile, I gotta be careful, you know, because it's a delicate piece of paper. You want that piece of paper, you know what I mean? Now to sell a photo card and stuff like that, what you're basically gonna do is you're gonna obviously go to Mercari, you're gonna press sell, you're gonna go to list an item, and then you'll press this top left corner here. And then here's all my stuff. Here's my lighting. Hello. So basically how I take my pictures is I find a place with really nice lighting. And even though it's kind of dark out, let me see if I can find like a nice area here. Here, this is perfect. Take the card out without the sleeve. And then you go here. Press use photo. And then flip the back of the card to make sure that the buyer knows it's legitimate. Boop. Easy, done. And then you can write your description, whatever you want, you set your price, period. And then your shipping method, you can either get a prepaid label from Mercari itself, or you could just do stamped or prepaid labels yourself. To drop off the order and you don't have prepaid label on your letter, you can just do this little shortcut. You'll press confirm as sent, Then you'll pick whatever place that you dropped off at. And then you're going to put stamped. I know it will say tracking number. Believe me, I know that might scare you, but trust me, just do stamped. Press next. Then you'll confirm that you dropped off the item. Boom, easy. Now, if the person really wants a tracking number, what I would do is I would literally take a video when you go to the post office and just pretend like this is a mailbox, right? Just literally go boop, put it in the mailbox, let them know that you shipped it, and then you'll go back to Mercari, and then you'll go to this person's message bar and say, hi, I used stamps instead of a label, if that's okay. If you'd like, I can send it via Instagram for video proof. And then they'll probably respond and they'll be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And if not, then I don't know what else to tell you, girly. But if you are broke and if you just have stamps, that's what I would recommend. It's a quick shortcut. It's really easy. And yeah, that's basically how you guys put in an order. If you guys have any other questions about Mercari, please let me know in the comments. I would love to help you if you have any concerns about anything of that sort. Or if you have any general questions about Mercari, like anything with like a sales fee or all that stuff, just let me know too. I would gladly answer your questions. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.